Yes, it is my pleasure to be here to actually capture Hanlin Fang immediately after she got off stage so we could ask a few more questions. Let me introduce you, first of all. Tell me, what do you do for Cisco? How do you describe your role?
I'm the Vice President of the Product Management from Splunk, Data Platform and AI.
Perfect. You've been talking about the mesh and the data fabric, right? And so as we speak to that and we talk about the additional AgenticOps, I'm curious, are you seeing this in deployment already and can start generating like, I'm always curious, what are the common mistakes customers or anybody that's deploying this need to kind of be aware of going right into it?
To answer this question, I like to answer from implementation point of view and the organization point of view.
Okay.
So from technical point of view is, you need to really understand the risk framework, right? Many mistakes right now happen because many organizations treated this like upgrade of model. That becomes the big thing because you jump into agent development without fully understand the risk control plan approach. You need to really understand, what are the use cases or business use cases can be automated with the risk constraint. Or you want to really understand, okay, in order to enable that agent, you have to really connect your data first to make your data contextualize in a way your agent can utilize.
How have we, because I understand, so the risk, understanding your risk, it becomes different here, right? Because it's not just a simple upgrade, this is a completely different or an architectural way to approach things,
right?
Which is good, but it does require a mind shift. How are we enabling users or end users, not end users, sorry, people that are working with our technologies to build their trust in it before they go too far? I would imagine that we can do graduated kind of deployments in that sense. What's the right way to explain that?
There are multiple phases on this, right?
Yeah,
first of all, again, at the organization level, we have to nurture this mindset shift.
Okay.
Treat your digital agents, your co-workers, instead of tools. Then human roles will be changed because of this shift. You are no longer doing everything manually. Instead, you are defining the policy. You are identifying the risk framework. You are supervising the agents.
Right.
So that's the number one, the rule shift, right? So the deployment based on that will be how you introduce your human judgment and authority into part of a deployment to define the proper framework as a part of a risk framework, also as a part of a deployment practice.
And I assume this is essentially how organizations kind of divide or kind of strike the balance between how much they let the agents do from an execution standpoint versus just kind of holding monitoring versus stopping traffic, so to speak. I always think of security terms.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
I think it's more than security.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because security is access-based, how you access certain information, allowed to do certain things. But it's really back to my frame of the risk, right? The frame of control. Right, as a business owner or business leader, you really need to identify what low risk and reversible tasks that can be fully automated so your agent can run autonomously.
Yeah.
But there's a middle layer, right? Some risk, but how human can play and constrain the automation. Yeah. There has to be a certain set of data that cannot be utilized by agentic agent. Human needs to play the role, or human needs to sign the final, saying I approved or I disapproved. So those are the boundary between those three. For me, it's a basic tiers.
And I assume the idea being that once you get comfortable with, I'm getting consistency in certain areas across certain domains, then I can start kind of twisting the knobs to be a little bit more predictive or more controlling in what they do.
I love this because exactly that's a process. When we start deploying AgenticOps, don't boil the ocean.
Yeah.
You really need to find the proper use cases that can be deployed with a proper set of data across your logs, your traces, your events, to make that set of data really AI ready. Then with this use case, you need to identify the success upfront. Then with that deployment, you need to actually measure what is the outcome for your business.
Yeah.
It can be simple like, okay, time to resolution time reduced, or a few war rooms. You have to have that before you can scale and go to the next step. That's how we approach.
Small. Yeah, absolutely, and let's get some easy wins and then build on that.
Yes.
Just real quick, we have about 30 seconds left. How do you get started in this? It can feel kind of big, but I love the fact Splunk is actually part of giving us the data to understand our risk approach to our networks as well, right?
30 seconds, quickly, get Splunk platform. Everything we shared from Cisco Data Fabric will be available from Splunk platform. Then second, get your risk framework ready. Lastly is don't boil the ocean, pick the most impactful use case and simple use case first.
I like that. All right, three distinct questions. Hanlin, thank you so much. Very much enjoyed your presentation and love what your team is doing. I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here at the conference.